Hello and welcome to the No Format Required podcast. I'm back in my car doing another Christmas movie review, and this time, you won't believe it, after every film that I've just reviewed, well, the last few films, I've genuinely watched a legitimately good Christmas horror movie. Well, that sounds as though I haven't watched a good Christmas horror movie before, because obviously Anna and the Apocalypse was a genuinely good movie. But in terms of, I haven't watched a good movie in quite a while now. So 2 seconds, guys. Legitimate good horror movie, and that film is a 1974 film, I believe, called Black Christmas. For those of you who haven't heard of it, genuinely recommend it. Go find it. I can't remember what I watched it on now, but it's actually really, really good. To begin with, I thought sorry, excuse me, this was hitting all the sort of horror movie tropes. So like, oh, it's a phone call killer, the point of view, camera angle seen in Halloween. And then I looked into it, and the final girl and stuff like that, looked into it. It was the first to do half of this stuff. So actually, legitimately good. Really, really actually enjoyed it. It's basically about a group of sorority girls. One of them, the only one I recognised, was Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane in Superman. And they're getting this creeper constantly calling them, breathing down the phone, making horrible remarks, like really disgusting, perverted remarks. Sounds like there's more than one. He seems to put on voices and stuff like that. And then you realise that he's trying to kill them one by one. There's no backstory for why the killer's doing it. There's no reason behind it given. It's quite a bleak ending to the film, and I really don't want to give too much away. It's going to be a short review, this one, because a lot I could say could spoil it. I'll be honest, I didn't get that scared of it. I read some reviews saying that there's a scene in which an eye is just staring at someone, and that's etched in everyone's memories and ingrained in there. But I think it's because a lot more modern horror films have been a lot more scary than that. It didn't really bother me, to be honest with you. But for some people, it might actually scare them, or if they've seen it before, it might sort of bring back that memory. But for me, it wasn't too scary, but it was just very well executed, really, really enjoyable. Apparently, there's been 2 remakes. The first remake, I believe the first remake had a second killer in it, which people theorise could have been in the first one, but it's never said or seen, or, like I say, you don't know anything about the killer in the first one. But because he mentions this woman that is then one of the killers in the sequel, people theorize that she could have been working with him. And then the final one just made it, apparently, I didn't read too much of the view of the plot, it made it about a misogynistic sex cult that was killing them or something like that. But the first one, genuinely a really good horror film. The guy who wrote it ended up making another Christmas movie called A Christmas Story. I'm yet to watch it. Apparently, maybe I will watch it as part of this movie fun. Apparently, it's a really, really good Christmas film. I think it's a lot more well known in America, so American fans probably have heard of it. But it's highly rated as one of the top Christmas films of all time. It's about a boy called Ralphie, and all he wants is a BB gun or something along those lines. And they keep on saying, you'll shoot your eye out, and eventually he does accidentally shoot his eye or something like that. But it's a family comedy, not a horror film like this, despite me saying you'll shoot your eye out. It is a family film, but Black Friday is an all-out horror film. Really recommend it. I would give this film 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for Black Christmas. The only reason it didn't quite get higher than that sorry, coughing fit there. The only reason it didn't get higher than that, I think, for me, is because it's a bit dated now. So watching it now, even though I can completely appreciate the horror elements and what it was doing, It didn't quite have the effect as I'm sure it would have done back in the day. But yeah, 7 out of 10. I really recommend this film. I'll put in the comment where I watched it, because honestly I cannot remember where the hell I watched this film. So I'll put the streaming platform that I did watch it on. I got a feeling it was Amazon. Most of them have been Amazon. So no, I know where it was. I've just remembered. It was YouTube. There's a YouTube series that I found in which they these weird oddball characters watch horror films, and like they did a little intro, they did a middle bit in the film, and then they did an outro, which they was hoping for a sequel, but a sequel never got made. Like I say, reboots happened. But yeah, I watched it on YouTube, so I'll share the link on YouTube that I watched it on. This seems to be like a horror series on there that's been going for many years, so I don't think it'll get taken down or anything. I think it's legitimately okay to be on there. So yeah, that's where I watched it, and I'll share the link. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends, and if you've got any other Christmas movie recommendations, like a bit obscure ones or different ones, or ones that aren't that well known, especially for the UK viewer, listener, whatever, because we only seem to watch stuff like The Snowman or Love Actually at Christmas, but I'm sure there's loads in fact I know there's loads. Like I say, A Christmas Story, it's not one that I've ever seen on TV, but I know it's a big movie and quite well known. So yeah, if you've got any other film or recommendations, let me know. And maybe next year, because I don't know when this episode's going to be released, but it's going to be very close to Christmas. I'm not sure how many movies I'll be able to fit in. But yeah, let me know and I'll give it a listen. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow or later, whenever I decide to post the next one. Bye.